Hi, my name is Laurie Dobson, and today's January 24th, 2021. My topic today is going to be about COVID resistance. I think a lot about what my videos are for, what purpose I can serve with people, what the benefit of them is, and I have this incredible need to, or desire to communicate as best I can what I feel is important and to share. So I'm doing this big COVID communicator thing. I spend a lot of the rest of my time studying it on the internet, studying all types of ways of understanding it. I've gone through a huge amount of material on it, and I keep up with the current ways it's being discussed in the culture, and people trying to figure this out. I'm obviously one of masses of people doing this. And so today, I live on an island, first of all, and it's a very small island in winter, so there's not much of us here. And we go out on the mailboat or the other boat. We have a couple boats, and we have a commuter boat as well. Anyway, we go on the weekend, and my regular event that we do is to go to the store on Saturday or Sunday. Today's Sunday, and first of all, we have to go on the boat, and we get our car and drive from the town that the boat docks in, and then we drive to another town, a larger town, and in this case Ellsworth, Maine, and then we go and have breakfast, and then we shop, and then we bring our other errands. Sometimes there's other stuff to do, and then dog food, etc., bird food, and then whatever else we want to look at, and then we come home by way of bringing the food all together and on the dock and waiting for the boat, down to the dock, down the ramp, down to the dock, down to the boat, and get this across the water, and then we take it off the boat, get up the stairs. Sometimes it's low tide, and going up the stairs, everybody helps bring up food and supplies, off the boat, up the steps to the top of the pier. And then we walk it down the pier, you drive up to it, and then you bring it home. So it's, and then you get home and you got to deal with dogs and then putting things away. And so it's more of an adventure going to the store. Everybody has the adventure now of just, managing to get out and do things, because you have to navigate the mask wearing and all the other social requirements to just basically do your own life, and try to keep a sense of your own, our own, we're doing this for ourselves, and we have some control over our lives, kind of thing, So to the extent that we all do, here we are on a spinning ball in the middle of nowhere, trying to make sense of our lives and meaning, and put meaning in. So, so I'm calling this COVID resistors, because there's a way of being resistant to things. The whole secret of success with this virus is that it knows how to get past our resistance and to replicate itself, and in our systems. And so what we try to do is resist the virus's ability to get past our resistance by building our resistance, building our immune system, so it's strong enough, functional enough. So, what we try to do when we go off island to build our resistance, physically, is to eat really healthy foods, think about what we're going to eat, real foods, and, we cook. I say we, but we get new clothes, and we just try to keep a bright eye on things, and a strong loving affection, I think, is one of my huge things. I feel my resistance is pretty good. First of all, I don't lay my mind down before them and just bow to these people who want to deplore and to be on the right side of the basket of deploration, or the basket of deplorers, where you don't want to be in the basket that they've picked you and put you in the basket of deplorers, as if anybody could. I mean, what a ridiculous idea. Anyway, there are a lot of ridiculous ideas out there, and if you entertain them in your mind, you lower your resistance. And if you get angry all the time because you're seeing how many people have been dehumanized and put in a constant state of fear, family members, that can lower your resistance, because I can think about it. I can really dwell on it, and that's the stuff that makes me freaked out a lot. Is thinking about my younger members of my family, the older members of my family, all the family here and there and everywhere else, and I think of our inability to get together. But we still communicate. I can communicate more, so I can build that. I can build up my resistance to that frustration of my feeling impotent and under control, and that's really important. I think that's kind of the biggest job, mental challenge that I go through every day, because I know a lot of people who are on antidepressants. I think I know some people whose whole society of people are on some form of antidepressant. Or drink, and we're coming up to our a new anniversary of not being drinkers. It'll be 7 years. Sorry, keep doing that. 6 years in February 21st. So it's like a huge thing that it's a big deal. But when you have the thing about going out and drinking, as I was saying earlier, there's people always have money for that. It's because the value of drinking is not in the drinking. The value is in the coming together socially as a group of people who choose to be together, to feel connected and powerful, and to build our common goals, dreams, lives, hopes, joking at the craziness of life, the frustrations of life, and building our resistance. What is our resistance that way? It's we get together and we decide what we will resist together. It's building our minds up. What ideas do we, as a group of people, believe more than ever or not? Towns are decided that way by people coming together in meetings and committee meetings and endless committee meetings, but also in informal places, like at the post office or in a flower store. I remember going to stores and you just meet people at the various places you go in a downtown area. That the joy of connecting with people as they're doing their daily business, and on an island we actually get that here in a reduced way, but we have that kind of normalcy, and I call that normal because I think that's how we have been able to see ourselves as normal people doing normal things. And so as a resistor, a COVID resistor, or building a resistance, we have to do it on the body level, like I was talking about, getting food, getting healthy, even people going to establishments where you do that socially, you drink or you eat together. Restaurants are huge for connecting with people and eating around a table, a common table, the common man, common law, things that are good for everybody, the common good, the commonwealth that was in the center of towns. That's a whole gathering thing where we all build our strength. But strength is not just strength for something, it's strength against something. Our bodies are built that way, that we only have certain portals where we allow ourselves to get input. We have to breathe, of course. The breath thing is huge, interesting, isn't it? How we have to have that primary method of allowing our body to breathe in. We're vulnerable that way, but we're also strong that way. And it's because we don't just breathe in dangerous things. The things that people are now considering dangerous are vital to life. We have a body that has, the reason they have these tests, they call them false positives, because they're positive. Yeah, they have viruses because we have viruses. Brainstorm, oh my gosh, who knew we had viruses in our bodies? We have so many bacteria in our body, and tens of thousands. It's a ridiculously huge amount, and they're in our gut and our flora. We want to build them up. We take probiotics to build up the bacterias. We don't want to have antibiotics because that takes away bacterias, and viruses can be healthy or rendered neutral, or they can build up, and then they can attack us. So there's this thing called invasive species. I'm a landscaper. I'm going to introduce another idea here, and then I'm going to wrap this up. Invasives are stronger they get a foothold in a community when they come from another place. Like, say, the Norway maple came, when it got brought over here by the Victorians, they just loved this tree. So they brought it over here, became the #1 street tree in America. It's in everybody's woodlot, that is in an urban area now, because it is just, it did not, it had a way of getting past our resistance. And the community of the trees and the forested areas and our natural woods, it built up an ability to penetrate us. So man has had to intercede if we want to have, places that don't have invasives. There's other kinds of invasives. Everybody knows about invasives. And we can consider certain things attacking us and invading us, and we have to just, work on those. Well, we have to recognize the most dangerous things and build our resistance to those, because we have ways of being effective. I'm talking now about us and our invaders, and how do we resist against those things that are really dangerous to us? Well, we have to understand in our minds, I'm going to be coming back here to learning as a culture, as a species, what we feel is the most important thing to resist. And you have to think about the dangerous things and prioritize them. It can't just be everything, because then you just get into a panic and you withdraw into yourself and you become fear absorbed by fear. This is panic, when you're in a state of constant panic. When people get that way, society has to intervene. We have to be there for other people when that happens, because you can't allow these kinds of fears to take such a hold in you that it takes over everything else. There's a need to resist that. There's a need to resist that so that we can use our minds, so that we can make decisions about our bodies, about our welfare, about our human welfare, and about our society. So it's like not just this person, but it's groups of people that I need to be with, because I'm building resistance all the time. I don't even know it, but unconsciously, my body is working. My spirit is working to connect with other people, to be strong as a human being, and to help my mind understand the most sublime, the most uplifting ideas, the best things for us going forward. So we have a future to look forward to, and we have to think about that. We have to resist certain things in the present to get to a better future. My final point is that there's way too many people, way too many young people now who just say, what's the point? Old people, what's the point? Veterans, what's the point? Struggling people, no hope of money coming in, no hope of jobs. What's the point? We can't afford to let ourselves be at the what's the point place. And that's here. And it's been brought on by some criminal people who have made money, who are taking control of us for their own enjoyment, in their own desire to be bestial in their minds. And to me, that is the most evil thing of all. It really, what we need to do is just to see it for the mistake that it is, the erroneous idea. And we can't combine with erroneous ideas to take the most important things about us and destroy them, because we are vulnerable unless we make ourselves strong and recognize these things and find ways to combat them. And it is about fighting. Everything in life is a struggle, and it's a struggling life, but we can find joy in it, joy in overcoming and in surmounting our difficulties and being the people that we're meant to be, strong together, loving together, human together, foolish together, but learning together. I'm going to go off to the mainland and have a good time. Use the mask to the very absolute minimum that I have to use it. Talking about it, joking about it, not letting it get to me. Finding ways to connect with people. And we're going to get through it. We will get through this together. That's my goal. That's my belief. And that's how I'm strong. You guys, you stay strong. Take care.